So we put up a poll to see what we wanted to do, and it was between our first impression of each other because we met on Facebook, like everybody else. Facebook or Tinder, those are your two. Facebook, Tinder, Plenty of Fish. And nobody meets at the library anymore. It's not a thing. So we met on Facebook, and we wanted to do our first impression of each other, or how it was having a baby like 3 or 4 months into our relationship.
Yes. Or I guess that would be being pregnant after 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting to know your partner and being pregnant at the same time, having a baby.
Yeah,
Like,
which a lot of people still voted for, so we can still do that
we'll
one.
still do it for sure.
Yeah, but this one comes first, pretty much.
Yeah. So
You want me to go first, or you want to go your first impression of me, or my first impression of you?
I want you to go first. Now, mind you guys, we didn't talk about this at all. Like, we didn't sit here and discuss, okay, this is what happened. We didn't even reiterate our story, like, at all. We just was like, oh, that would be a good topic, and then no discussion. So this is, like, real raw, rekindling the moments, because we don't really talk about it too much. So, yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay, so are we going to the story like how we met on Facebook? Or
We have to
like
go
the real
to
life?
when we first came into each other's life, and then get to how we met, because it's still some.
Okay, so
Like, yeah, okay.
that's gonna be loud.
The sounds are gonna be our child. It's all good. Those of you that have kids, no.
So I hit her up on Facebook first, and I can't remember what I said. It'd be kind of funny if we can like go back.
Go get the messages.
Yeah, go see the messages.
Oh damn! I
But,
have to get the iPad to do that. It's okay. It's okay. Keep going.
We should have. That would have been good.
That would have been funny.
But, so I think I just hit her up with some generic message that I used, and it worked.
It was generic.
Well,
And like the introduction, like, hey.
It was unique to you.
He probably
I'll put it that
said,
way.
peace reflection.
I don't think I said that. Look, no,
He didn't say that. He probably knew not to approach me like that, because I would have been
during
like,
that time, I was trying to
Avoid.
anything, because even coming into that, I had to explain. Look,
what the fuck? What does that mean?
before you come into my life, just wait. I got some things going on right now.
Hi, Kay. So,
So I hit her up. I sent the message, trying to holler and all that. And she responded. But at first, she wasn't giving me no play. Like, like she texting every now and again. I'm like, all right, man. Like, she ain't really, we was on and off texting for like a month or something. So
it was spaced out.
yeah, it was maybe talked for 3 months. And I talked to her like 1 full month out of those 3 months. Like she was super busy or something.
I wasn't busy.
Wasn't busy at all, and I know you. Anyway, but so you know how girls do. They be trying to ignore you, trying to, She the type of person that be like, I don't want to act too pressed. Like we're both Virgos, so like that's going through her mind.
I'm not gonna press you. Yeah, you're not gonna know. He's not gonna know. They're never gonna know. So yeah, and at the time I was working with kids. I think I worked at kids, and I was working at a gym.
Yeah.
So I was like single, but really trying to like focus on my fitness. And I was talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was.
Well, no, that came later.
Okay.
Well, you might have still been talking to somebody, but I'm saying
that person.
Yeah,
came
that
later.
I know of came later.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, okay, so you would hit me up, but then we got to the point where like time went by, we stopped talking altogether.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
I got with somebody else actually
no,
during that time.
But the conversation that we had when we were talking spaced out.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy that actually lives in Hawaii now.
Yeah.
That was you called me on the phone. That was towards the end?
Yeah, that was like the 3rd month into talking. Like,
okay, but then you were with somebody else after that too.
Before
we're gonna start from the guy who, because it was just spaced out and like we really weren't giving each other the time, or I wasn't giving him the time of day.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wasn't giving him the time of day in the beginning, and okay, we gotta get our shit straight. So I was talking to. We'll start from I'm not gonna put names out there for the sake of confidentiality. I was talking to somebody that lives on the island now. It was a little bit of like just wanting to. I was in that space in my life where I just wanted to somebody to entertain me, and I wanted to entertain somebody, but I wasn't really trying to be serious. However, I was far enough in my journey of self and like respect and wanting to just come into, you know, the better parts of who I am, that like I wasn't about to like play him or like try to talk to multiple people. So he called me. We decided that we were going to have a phone conversation. I remember I was in Target, like strictly like super vegan at the time, like you too, trying to get like my vegan cheese. I think I was making pizza or something about that. And what were you saying? You were trying to get me to like talk to you too, like, and we were talking about I said I can't put all my mangoes in one basket. Like, I gotta put all my mangoes in one basket. I can't have some mangoes in one basket and some mangoes in the other basket. That's rude. He was trying to argue with me about mangoes in baskets. So basically, we came to the conclusion that it would be very disrespectful for me to continue to entertain him while I was talking to somebody else.
Yes.
And as life would have it, that fizzled out. It didn't work out. Oh, thank you. And if you guys have questions too, we can get to that. I just punched myself in the face. If you guys have questions, you can put them in the question box, and we'll get to that at the end of the live, because you're free to ask us anything. Like, we're gonna be super open.
Perfect.
So we agreed that if it's gonna happen, it'll happen naturally, and but I'm not going to force anything, because I actually have somebody in my life right now. And you were very respectful to that.
Yeah. That's what we agreed upon in the conversation. So it was like, I'm going to honor that. And I also was, you know, talking with someone at the time as well. So it wasn't.
Were you with somebody?
No,
you were single at that point.
Yeah, and then time went by, and then I go back and give a quick timeline rundown, so it's like organized.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hit her up, we started talking, and it came to a point where she wasn't texting me back for, you know, whatever. And then she admitted she's talking to somebody else. At that time, I wasn't talking to somebody else. Let's say, I think it was like a 3-month span. So in this first month, that's what happened. So we stopped communicating. And then during that, say we took like another month off, right, of not talking at all. So at the end of the second month, I had a thing with somebody for a short period of time, and that came to an end. And I actually hit her up again later in that month. Cause he was hot on me. He wanted him some jazz. Okay, so because what I was going through didn't work out either. So right. So we got back, and we started talking again, and this is towards the 3-month period. That last third month, we talked most of that month. Yeah. And she was talking about a time in Target close to that third month where I was like, I'm trying to, you know, video call so we can actually talk. Because you know how texting you don't feel like you're getting everything you want to say, how you want to say it. It doesn't translate very well. Yeah. So basically, that's how that came about, and we started video chatting, and that's when I hooked her. That's when she hooked me. That is actually when I was like, wow, he really... It was because he was respectful, but it was also because he was like... He showed me that he really liked me, because he was like, all right, but this is what you... He tried to finesse just a little bit, but was respectful enough to like back down at a certain point and be like, all right, like, I respect that. And I could have been the woman that's like, well, we could see where it goes to, and then I could just pick the best one at the end. You want to show people what you got? Yeah. So, in this 3-month period, in the third month, we basically committed to talking to each other full time, like, okay, we're going to try this out. Well, you were with a girl, too, after, when I came back into your life.
You was
Well, that's what I'm saying. It came to an end. I had a thing that came to an
Oh,
end.
so that's where we are.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm present. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So yep. So at the end of the 3 months, we committed to talking to each other only. Full term. And we're like, because I'm the person that can't talk to multiple people. Like, I'm not good at it. I've tried it in my younger years, and I can't stretch myself that thin. So we were very, what is the word? Committed to just getting to know each other.
Seeing where
Mind you, he's in Mexico at the time and I'm in Virginia. So his service was terrible. I could never get a hold of him on video. Like, because you want to see the person at this point. I have the ability to, like, video call you and, like, everything like that. But we couldn't do that. Why? Because he was always all over the place in the group that he was in.
Okay, well, yes, I was. But it went clear sometimes, okay? It kept breaking up every now and again.
He's good with the finesse, yeah.
She's seen enough of me to where we can have, like, you know, like a little span. You know how I got that 30-minute span and all of a sudden it breaks up.
She's seen enough of me. Lord. So, we really wanted to talk. He did. It's okay. He really wanted to talk, or we really wanted to talk to each other, but it just really wasn't working. Like, I really felt, but the crazy part about that is I wanted to talk to you so much more because I could barely get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Like, I
can understand.
That's what made me go to, and a lot of you guys don't know this. I know our story together and, like, the whole after situations. But one of the reasons why I made that big jump to meet him was because our communication during that time was just so, like, sparse. But it was fantastic while we were actually talking. So, I did a lot of soul searching. And at the time, Rambo and Serenity were with Flo a lot of the time. They were always together. They would, like, go out and do things and, like, go get grocery shopping and everything. So I actually got to get a chance to know them a little bit too, which is funny because we're all back together because it's all kind of like one relationship with separate unions. However, we decided that we were going to meet in like 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, well, we can put our plane ticket out to this time because he had a lot of things that he needed to go through for me to even become a part of said group. So we were like 3 weeks and we can meet. But then we got super excited and super pressed. Okay, I got super excited. I got super pressed. And at this time, like, I'm going to the gym. Like, I'm looking good. I'm like, oh, my God, you caught me at the best time of my life day. So I'm realizing that I got to move this time period up because I could quit my job, bum, bum, bum. It's not really that serious. I don't got no kids. I've already been traveling. I'm this, like, travelista already. I can just come meet you. So we went from 3 weeks to, like, 1 week.
Yeah, so it was cut down drastically when I would say we, because we talked about it.
We talked about it.
So.
And it didn't take much coercing from him to come earlier. So the time went down very quickly, but it was so exciting. All I could think about was just, oh my God, I'm going to meet this guy. Mind you, Flo and I astrologically are almost the same person. We have different emotional ways of processing things and displaying that. However, we're so like our birthday, like his birthday is today. My birthday is 7 days apart. So we're very alike in a lot of ways. So that really showed when you have this excitement of meeting someone in the beginning of a relationship. And it just showed how easily we would flow. But those things that were so easy are also the things that annoy the fuck out of each of us about each other because we're so the same. They're saying happy birthday. It's his birthday today.
Thank you for the happy birthdays.
Thank you for the happy birthday.
Thank you.
So, I booked my plane ticket. Did I book it or did you book it? I booked the ticket.
Yeah, you booked it. But
he took forever to even tell me where they were. Because that was a thing at this point in time. Like, I couldn't really know too much. So eventually we decide, okay, we're gonna meet up in Cancun. Book your ticket for Cancun. I was like, okay, bet. I'm down for the vacation. So I don't want to tell the whole story. So I booked the ticket, and then what happens? Is there anything like big that happened before we met?
It's a lot to explain on my side.
Oh God!
That you were just going on your side.
Oh God! Well, what was our okay? So what are the keynotes on your end? Because this is like the week.
The keynotes on my side is I was nervous. You were excited. I was nervous.
I was in my room like, oh my gosh, he's gonna love me. I was dancing like, and you was over there. Were you nervous?
Because it's not like I'm in a group at this moment. So it's maybe 10, 15 people with me.
Right.
You know, some people know our backstory of where we were. But so I'm with a group of people. So you're not just meeting me.
I'm meeting everybody. I'm meeting you and 20 others.
Yeah, and you're also coming into this group setting. So it's like,
hi, sweetness. What's up? What are you feeling?
You okay?
Give us 1 second.
So, because I'm in this group setting, so I'm like nervous of how is this going to go? Like, is she going to fit in? Is this going to be a good fit? Because, you know, this is not necessarily the best group. This is what's the word?
A colorful experience.
You can say that.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. So, it's different.
It's different. It was very structured. And there was one thought, and all thoughts had to go with that one thought. So whatever one person thought of me, everybody else was going to think. So
yeah, that was a part of it.
Yeah.
So it was more nerve-wracking for me to meet her and kind of get her adjusted to where I was in this group setting. But she really wanted to obviously meet me. And
I really didn't have any a full idea of what I was coming into too. So yeah. I could see how it would be very nerve-wracking on your aspect. And even the questions that Flo would ask me, like, were giving away that you were just very concerned about, okay, I fuck with you, but I just need to know that you aren't going to do no crazy stuff, because it's like people will judge you based off of how I'm acting.
Yeah.
Like, so if I go up in there being this crazy ass woman, like, they're gonna look at him a certain type of way. So it really wasn't just us, I guess, in the beginning. It wasn't just like just us until we got back to Virginia like years later.
Right. Yeah. So it was a complicated situation she's coming into. So that's why I'm nervous, because it's not just me. So, all right, she books a ticket to Cancun. We meet in Cancun. Who was with me? It was me and 2 other people.
It was our crew now.
Oh, okay, Rambo and Serenity. Okay, who we're with now?
And she was pregnant at the time. Yeah,
so,
and go ahead.
Yeah, I was just explaining for people that may not know who Rambo and Serenity is. I was saying you just go to our page. Yeah. And they're the group that we're with now in Hawaii that we posted not that long ago.
Our besties.
Yeah, but so we met at the airport in Cancun. It was me and then just those two. So it's just the 3 of us. So I'm not as nervous, but I'm still nervous because I don't know how this is gonna go. Just meeting her for the first time.
I could be a catfish at this point. At the level of communication we had, I could have been a catfish.
So I go inside the airport first, because I don't want her to see me like as she's walking, because like no one is really there. It's kind of early or whatever, and it's just gonna be her. So I'm like, oh shit, I want to see her first before she sees me. So I go inside the airport, and it's like a Starbucks with like a clear window.
It should be good. Go
so
ahead.
I can see her as she walks by before she gets here. So I'm like,
so you
okay.
To see we did not talk about this. Oh my God, you creep.
You probably don't know about that. I just don't know, so I just got to see to make sure first before I go
Make
out
sure
there.
of what?
Everything.
No, what? I want to know, like,
everything.
Particulars.
To see how you look, how you were, what you had with you.
They had 2 legs?
Yeah.
But what if I had one?
I would have stayed in the airport. Because we didn't discuss that.
Oh my God.
Look, no. Look, if you tell me you got one leg up front before you just show up with one leg, that's not so. Don't surprise me with that. Tell me, show me your day-to-day life with that, like everything before you just pop up.
He knew from my social media that all parts were there, and even if they weren't, you would have had to agree to that.
Make sure it wasn't a catfish situation. Thank you. But,
shut up, Rambo.
So,
I could have been a catfish, though.
You could have been. So
I could have been.
So I checked out. I checked her out. Everything was all right. She was good. She was good.
But crazy part is, I ran into them before I even ran into you because you were trying to be a creep.
Because they were on the outside, so they started greeting her, giving her hugs and stuff. And I was like, all right, she cool. So I walked out later. So I'm walking out of the airport or the building.
Oh, hold on. This is valid question. Somebody said, I'm confused. Didn't y'all meet in the group? So we did.
That's what we're talking about.
But they went to come pick me up at the airport, and it was just Flo, Rambo, and Serenity at the time, right?
Okay, so that clarifies.
So it was just it was just us four.
Yeah, only us went to go.
They're picking me up. Okay. Yeah, we're saving the live.
Yeah, we're also gonna post it on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's gonna suck because on YouTube we're not looking at the camera.
It's okay.
So it's like they're just gonna get like us talking. So
you're gonna get the feeling in the story.
Yeah. But anyway, oh shit.
So we were.
Okay, so I walked out. You met them first, and then I walked out. And
I was like, oh my god, hey! And I met them first, and then I had to put my stuff down with them in the van and then go back to find you because you were too busy playing peekaboo.
Hey.
You want to eat?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He said eat. I'm gonna go get him a pack.
Okay.
But she's not gonna tell this, but she was a little pissed off. I'm coming.
Why was I mad? Oh my god. Okay, I'll tell my part.
Because her bag.
I'll tell that part so you can give me a second. So I was feeling a lot because I was super excited to see him, but I was livid because I had packed so much shit. Because he had asked me to bring a few things from the States because we flew into Mexico. And yeah, we met through Facebook first, but you can go back and watch the whole thing because we started from Facebook in the beginning. I was so upset because I was looking for him on the wrong side of the airport because I didn't really get the gist of which side they were on for I was looking for 25 minutes. It was so long. And my backpack, it was one of them travel bags. And it was so heavy that by the time I got to him, I had this big aggressive blue bruise. It was right here, and it was not sexy.
Yeah.
But it hurt too, cause I was and it was a scratch. But I was looking for my man. I was like, "Where are you?" I was trying to get my service. It was just crazy.
But yeah.
So I met with Rambo and Serenity first, and then they're like, "I think he's in there looking for you." And I was like, "All right." So I went to him.
You roll your eyes though.
Probably.
Is that a part?
Probably. And I went and I saw him. And your hair was very different.
Yeah,
this is first impressions.
Yeah, my hair was wow.
Somebody told him, because I really liked Flo's hair, how it was. But she's laughing. Somebody told him that it was okay for him to put his hair in some dookie plaits. It was have you ever seen Bantu knots?
Oh, I had to.
On a woman?
I forgot I had those when we met.
The person in charge of said group decided.
Oh my! Can you put pictures up?
Oh my god! I don't know. Go get the iPad real quick. You gotta get the.
I probably won't be able to find it.
Oh.
But damn, I wish I could show the picture when we first met. That first day we took pictures, and it had the little.
He had some Bantu bonbons. He had some little dookie doo-doo plaits in his hair.
Kind of what Blaze got in his hair.
And
you really want to get up? I'm sorry.
His scalp looked pissed.
Look, mommy's coming.
It was not what I expected to see. And that didn't really throw me off about how attractive he was, because I thought Flo was so attractive.
I was about.
But I was like, who the fuck did his hair?
Whose decision was that?
Who made this executive decision?
Look, okay, you know how you
Said
get a
group.
new episode.
We were in a cult. We were in a cult, so I say
what do you
said
call
group to just not give it energy.
You know how you get a new hairstyle and to you it look fly because it's something new.
Oh, that was fly to you?
But yeah, it looked good to me at the time, you know, because it's something new. It's like
I mean, it wasn't bad,
change your
but
look,
it wasn't.
you know.
Bazaar. Yeah, it was definitely it was bazaar. It didn't look bad, but it was like, no, it was just his hair.
Yeah, at the time.
I think because it's supposed to be special, and I don't even think he knows this, but I was looking at him like.
I don't know that. You never told me that.
But your shape up looked really good.
Yeah, okay.
Your shape up, you looked very like put together. I just didn't expect the doo-doo plaits. So we see each other. This is the cute part.
I got an understanding later on. I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
If you would have told me back then,
it would have been
I might have been a little
salty.
offended.
Yeah.
But not, you know how when you think you look good, did somebody say you don't look good?
Yeah, somebody said Jazz. Hey, I told you I was going to be real raw and honest.
But
You had to be careful, baby. Watch your little toesy woesies. Daddy's going to help you.
Here you go.
So, this is the cute part because we actually saw each other. And how did you feel when you saw me? How did you feel when we saw? Because we saw each other in the little double doors.
Yeah.
Because
walking out.
It was 2 sections.
Blaze, can I help you?
This is with child.
What is
It was two
trying to
sections.
You trying to get it up here? You trying to stand up? You trying to get on it?
It's 2 sections to the double doors of the airport. So we saw each other. Was it outside or was it in the double doors?
No, it was outside. I walked out.
It was outside. You walked out to me because you were doing something. So how did you feel when you first saw me?
When I first seen you, I was like, okay, she's cute. I can do this. I'm like, all right. I know your personality is there. You know how you just never know how it's gonna click in person. Over the phone, it can be all great, good, dandy. But in person, it's a lot of other shit that's there that you may not know about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's why I'm like, all right, yeah, I can do this. Let's see where this goes. You know.
Were you attracted to me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Was there anything that was like, oh my God, no?
No. It wasn't nothing that, oh my God, no. I was just surprised how short you was. I didn't know you were that short.
Y'all,
So,
I'm 5 feet. I think 5'1". I'm super short. But then again, Flo is pretty short too.
yeah, I'm 5'8". I'm not
You
that
want
tall.
me to take this out, baby?
I'm the average human height.
Yeah.
But that
You
was
don't
it.
like the flies on you, or you want me to take the chair out? You want to sit in a chair?
It might be the flies.
Okay. You can sit with mommy and daddy so you can listen to our relationship.
Yep, sit.
Have a seat.
Good job.
Have a seat. Boop. There you go.
All right, he's a part of it now.
You just can't see him. Here. There he is.
I seen
Somebody asked, where's our stance on polygamy? That's funny.
Where'd
We
you
gotta
see that?
do. What do we stand on polygamy? We gotta get through our first meetup.
We can do a whole nother live about
That's
that.
way. Faith said, or Grace said, I wonder how far y'all going with this story, girl. Not too far. So, and if you have questions, again, put them in the question box. We're down to answer anything within the bounds of non-ridiculousness.
Yeah, I think
we're very open.
4 of them in there now. So
Yeah.
we can get that.
Yeah, but add on to them because it'll make it fun. So, okay, when I first saw you, we talked about the hair, but I wasn't really focused on that. It was just like, oh, that's new. It wasn't like, oh, wow, what in the world? It was just like, oh, look at this hair. You had on your little muscle shirt at the time. It's okay. You had the door is closed, so you can't get in.
Okay, cool.
You had on your little muscle shirt.
Yeah, I think it was the black muscle shirt.
And I was like, "Ooh, he looks strong." And then,
black tank top.
and then he came to me and he hugged me. And y'all, this is the thing that I actually still talk about to this day. And he's embarrassed by it, but I'm a woman, so is there. I think Flo was so in bliss in that moment that he was humming in my ear.
I was singing a song in her
He was singing in my ear.
I was nervous.
So cute. It
It was one of them old songs, like
I don't even know what you were saying.
I don't know what it was, but I know it was like one of them old school songs. Like
oh my God.
Love
I have never been so much. I don't know what he was singing. Right, what song? I don't know.
That's something I wish I would have never did.
In
That's something I want to take back.
What a difference. I don't know what he was singing. But
it was some love song.
It was
I don't know
sweet.
what it was.
It was sweet,
She said it was sweet, so I guess it was.
It was cute. And we just hugged for so long. And then we kissed each other. And it wasn't like one of those awkward first kisses. It was enjoyable. Yeah. I was like, ooh, this is a taste of what I'm getting.
I think it was a good first kiss.
It was a really good first kiss. It wasn't dry. It wasn't like, ew, this person doesn't know how to kiss. Like, it was just sexy. Like, I don't know, it was very sexy. And then, I mean, first impressions have a little span of time, right? So I feel like through that day, you were very comfortable with me. Because I felt like you, well, I don't know, were you? Because I just felt like you were comfortable. You didn't give me nervous vibes.
Well, even the group that we were with, they even noticed how our vibe was just good, off jump. Like,
yeah.
I remember we started pointing at each other. It was something crazy we started doing at the same time.
Yo, it's pictures. I gotta go get the pictures. I gotta go get them. Go ahead.
All right.
Hold it down,
we were just doing like little cute stuff like all day that was like, that showed the automatic chemistry that was there between us. And that was like, to me, it felt very comforting because I'm like, yo, I finally got somebody I can vibe with that, like, that looks good. That, first of all, is attractive, and then she has a great personality.
She got cakes.
Right.
I didn't. At the time, I had no ass.
Nah. But.
I'm not even going to disagree with you. I was honey flat cakes at the time.
You do now. That's right.
I do now. Hello? See, that's what happens when you stick with her. Yeah. So we're going to try to get to some pictures. Maybe we can get to some messages because that would be hilarious. But yeah, like he was saying before I ran away, we were really like doing the same things. Like we were saying the same stuff. I remember, did you tell him about the picture?
Yeah, no, well, we was like pointing at each other, but
he
it wasn't
was
like
trying
a
to
planned
teach
thing. It was something that we just did together.
Yeah, like and it looked very staged, but it wasn't. We were just really like on the same. We were just doing the same stuff. It was organic. Yes, it was beautiful. And I have never met someone and had it been so like comfortable. We were very, very comfortable with each other when we first met. You might have to go. You gotta find them doo-doo plats. That shit was.
I'm looking.
Crazy. You can go back on it's on my page. I reposted it like later.
Oh, okay.
Like another birthday, I think, of yours. I reposted those pictures like 2 years ago or something. But so where was I going with this? It was very comfortable. Him and I didn't. We just kind of acted like nobody else was there. I think. Do you agree?
Absolutely, and that's what was like comforting about it. You know how you like, you with your person.
Oh, here they are! Here they are! The infamous doodles.
Oh, go ahead.
And it's sideways on the iPad. So
I don't know if they can see it though.
Look at his doodle plats.
Hold on.
It's up there. You can see. I think It's not really like too much of a glare.
Let me know if y'all can see that. That was when we first met. That's like the first day we met right there. That's how we looked.
The literal first, like that was the outfit that I wore on the plane. Yeah, she remembers. That was the outfit that I wore on the plane. Like we literally just got off. We went grocery shopping. That's the first thing we did together, and it was cool because I think a lot of the pressure was taken off because Rambo and Serenity were there
I just
too.
wish I can put them up here, man.
I know.
Hold on, I'm gonna figure it out. Go ahead. But so yeah, it was just great chemistry off back. So
I
that was.
remember, yeah, I remember those pictures, and that was like, how long ago was that? That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long.
You can see the chemistry, and him and I were definitely very comfortable with each other, and a lot of other crazy shit happened on that first day because things tried to come in between our relationship. Oh my gosh, things were trying our relationship as soon as we walked into the fucking group. Like,
no, but there was so many things. Like,
oh, that's the chest picture.
I know.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna try to airdrop it to this phone, and then I can probably pull it up on the screen.
Okay, but it's okay because this is a whole story. I'm gonna get into it because I know Grace is wanting me to get into this because she has to say so about it because we were talking about this the other day. So when we first got there, the literal first day, like they're cooking, I'm like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like the women are cooking and the guys are kind of being productive and doing their thing, and some people going live talking about whatever the fuck we were supposed to be talking about at that time. Like it was a whole thing, and everybody was just kind of functioning within this group, and it appeared to be working. And we were in Cancun, so I think everybody kind of had a vacation vibe because that's not originally where we lived within the group. So our relationship was literally tried. Like, well, at first I got there and they were talking about like rules, like we're happy to have you here, and you know, it was like a meeting. We're happy to have you here. You going all the way. We're happy to have you here. A little bit. A little bit. We're happy to have you here, and you know, it's about, you know, whatever the group was instilling at that time, and you just have to make sure that you're in tune with everybody and da 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 da. But I'm on a high because this is new for me. Like, this is literally, it got paused because he airdropped some pictures. This is like every day or every week for them, but this is new for me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I feel greeted. Like, they're greeting me. Hold on, don't do it yet.
Oh, okay,
Let me tell the story. And then he's going to put up the pictures of our first.
That's my fault.
And she said, you going all the way.
Yeah, we're definitely going to upload it on YouTube. I'm sorry.
So, because she was there, like, impregnant as hell, and looking back like, the fuck is going on? So, I felt very welcomed. I kid you not, it was like lunchtime. Like, maybe 3 or 4 hours went by. The meeting, when we were all sitting at the table. Yeah. 3 or 4 hours went by. We had some time to connect and just talk and just, you know, do things. Just be very natural and flow with each other. And it was cool until we're all caught at a table. I just got done eating I was eating my potato soup in heaven because I still love her potato soup to this day. I was eating potato soup, minding my business, and then, Lord, why did I get myself into this? And then leader of group, co-leader comes in and is like, I know who you are now. Oh, shit. Walking back and forth, walking this way. I know who you is. Brings up somebody that I used to be in a relationship with. Realizes that that's who I am. Oh, I get it. Mind you, you knew who I was the whole time. Like, you can't finesse me. I see through the bullshit, right? And I got the inside scoop and everything from, not the inside scoop, but I just got an understanding of how things play out from him in the beginning, a little bit. So, the whole impromptu meeting was basically trying to see if I'm really here for that person or for Flo. This is still a first impression. Y'all, this is the first day we met. Like, damn, can I get my toes wet? No, bitch, jump in. So, can I cuss on anyways?
I'm gonna just edit it out for YouTube.
Beep. Beep.
But
sorry, YouTube.
On here, I'm gonna keep it.
Leader of said group. So, everybody wants to be in the video. I'm so sorry, y'all. You will be tested. Good luck, Flo. Rambo.
that's basically how it ended. So it was like, because okay, well, let me give a backstory to
I need some
to
water.
you coming in.
Okay.
So the backstory in the said group is, this is a group where a lot of people are coming in and out. So I've counted over 200 people that have come in and out, from the first day. So it's
literally
like,
200.
It's a lot of people going in and out. So in this said group, some women would come for somebody else in the group, but actually want to be with the said leader of the group.
And it was the lead. So yeah, the person was in the group, Ayana, because they kind of cultivated the whole group.
Yeah, so some people would try to, sneak in and be there
And be with him.
Yeah, for different reasons.
Yeah.
So a lot of times things like this in the group would come up of like, are you sure you want to be with him, or do you want to really be with me? And it would be hard pressed per se, because this person has a strong personality that's very outward and in your
uncomfortable.
face. Yeah, it could definitely
irritating.
So when it came to her coming on her first day and him pretending, I guess, to not know her, and then all of a sudden acting like he knows her, and then asking those questions. So that's the backstory.
So you sure you're not here for me?
Yeah, that's the backstory of how this came up.
Are you sure?
In the said...
no, because I feel like... No, because if you look at the timeline of who you've been with, and then you look at how you got here, I mean, let's just look at this for a second. And I'm just like... So, I think they're okay. Okay. Within the whole course of the very trying... impromptu meeting, the end of the meeting is like, all right, so you could be with somebody like that, but just know that that's not for you. This is all in the first impression of us meeting each other, right?
The group was full of mind games. I'll put it that way.
It was full of mind games, and that was one of the biggest things about our relationship, because we walked into a situation where it was not just us. Everybody did, right? With this, and I had no idea. But in that conversation, I was asked if I was attracted to other said person, and I wasn't. And I think that not only triggered and revealed my reasoning for being there.
Hold on. Hey, can you bring me a diaper and a wipe? The diapers are in our back room, in the main room, and then the wipes are right here on the left side.
Thank you so much. It not only triggered that, like, it revealed my reasoning for being there, because I really did come for him. Like, I came for him, and I really love the idea of being a part of this group, but for me it wasn't as spiritual as it was for a lot of the other people that were there, and I really realized that by my jump decision of going and wanting to be with him and meet him. But also, I feel like it revealed to you, even though it took some time to show it, that I was really there for you.
Yeah, yeah, and us even talking through it, and we even went through a lot of things after that. Like, but just I guess this is our first impression. So, but that was the first day. So first impression of like.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking like, okay, like even when it came to that, she stood strong, and she was like, she didn't waver.
This is the first day. I will say it 25 times.
From anything that we talked about, or that was said, or that was,
And he didn't have to tell me this is gonna happen. So be ready. Like, I had nobody had any idea. Like, Rambo, Grace, nobody knew that this was gonna happen, and everybody was just watching uncomfortably as, like, it was just so aggressively done.
Yeah. So that was the first day. And the first impression. So
we have 7 questions. I'm excited to get to these questions, but I think that I wanted to add that little bit. Originally, we didn't talk about how this was going to go, but I'm glad I added.
Did it scare you a bit?
Did it scare me? I'm not used to being around people with energy that's so, like, aggressive and forward and confronting like that. So I think I was shaken up, because I was like, why is this happening? Like, is this normal? I'd never been a part of a group where everybody's kind of thinking alike. Like, it wasn't, I've never. So I was off put and I was very uncomfortable. However, that just further showed me that, like, duh, like, even if it was in question, like, of course I'm gonna be with, Flo. But yeah, so let's get to questions.
All right.
And here we are.
Let me read them first. Yeah.
Oh God, no, we have. Well, what is?
You read it out loud.
Oh, well, let's do this one first.
Hold on. Let me read it.
It's okay. It's a good one.
Okay. That's perfect.
Okay, first question
Okay.
from Linda.
What is one thing from each of you that attracted you to each other?
You should go first because I know what you're gonna say.
What? Okay, it's two
I'll
things.
tell you if I'm right.
Oh, she said one thing. Fuck it, I want to put two in there.
Go ahead. I mean, you go ahead. I'll take two.
Okay. Okay, the first thing that attracted me to her was her eyes.
Aww.
She has these light brown, beautiful eyes, and that's what I'm into. I'm not afraid to say that. Some people are afraid to say what they're really into, what they are attracted.
Flo has a type. He just acts like he doesn't.
I do, but I'm saying you fit into my type, so it works. So her eyes and her personality. Because
I was wrong.
if that personality did not fit, it would have been a problem.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Some people just personality just.
What is an example of a personality that you would not?
I don't want to explain a person because they might. Okay.
Well, it's not about everybody else. It's about her.
It's just some people. Well.
Pretty brown eyes.
I'm gonna stay away from that. But
No.
all right, your turn.
I think that you should just say it. You should just say something like a personality that wouldn't fit the bill. I'm curious. I really want to know, like, what's.
Okay, this is just what fits to me. So don't get offended if this is your personality. It's just your personality.
Well, don't
it's
even
just
say
not
that. They know
I
you're not
explain
trying to
it.
offend them.
I don't care because I know it's a mind out there thinking that. So I'm gonna put it out there and say it first.
Okay.
To combat what that thought.
Okay.
Anyway, so for me, people.
Look, and then you do a whole bunch of offensive ass shit.
I was about to say something, but the way I was gonna say it, I feel like it could include a personality trait that you have. It'd be contradicting to what I'm about to say.
Now you gotta say it, or else I'm gonna be asking you all day.
But
now, what was that trait?
you're not like this, like completely. So it's like some people who embody this personality completely all the time.
Okay.
But like somebody who's just loud and obnoxious, like, and that's just their personality 24/7. Like,
I am so loud and I'm so obnoxious.
No, but you're not to the level that I've seen it. Is what I'm saying. That would be a problem.
Freaking
and that's like a main problem for me.
Said leader is a loud, obnoxious personality.
That can be a great.
No, I don't think he's saying outgoing. I think he's saying somebody that like thrives off of attention through just being over and above in their level of.
Yes.
She said not all the time. I know.
Like somebody who's like just
like
super
that
extra.
sometimes.
Like she's like she can be extra, but her personality is not defined on being super extra. If that makes sense.
That's hilarious. You just described me.
Bro. All right. Go. Come
on. One thing from each other that attracted you to each other.
Yes.
I love the way that Flo articulated himself. Like, Flo was very poetic, is still very poetic, and the way that he gets his mind across through words is just very to the point. It's very descriptive. It doesn't have to encompass a whole bunch of words and fluff. And I just love his mind through the way that he speaks. And That's also the thing that has grown to drive me crazy in some ways.
In a lot of ways. So.
In a lot of ways, but I still very much appreciate that about you. And that's the thing that, like, when we have our phone conversations, that made me just want more. I was like, wow, he really speaks so beautifully. And you spoke about me beautifully and what you wanted and what we could be. And it wasn't at all forceful. It was poetic.
Yeah.
It was poetic, and that was true because look at our life. Like, you really spoke that up. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
And I'm just a loud ass bitch.
Come on, you ain't gotta go there.
Okay, next question.
Do we delete them?
No. It'll say you already did it.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Is she talking about specifically?
What were the fights mostly about while in Mexico? Can you elaborate, Ayana, in the comments real quick?
So I'm trying to figure. She's saying
what
like
fights?
what we fought about most in Mexico.
Yeah,
we fought a lot in Mexico. Wait, is it like the last time we was in Mexico, or is she talking about first time?
Like when we first met in the group in Mexico,
that's what the video
or
is based on.
Yeah, just kind of make. Don't go to the next one yet because I want to give her the chance. Well,
we gotta see it. Oh, yes. She said yes, both. Yes, you both. Wait. Yes, in the group. Oh, she's saying in the group. What were the fights?
In the group.
It could have been anything.
Like fights between Flo and I?
Oh, yeah, okay. You got elaborated on that.
Yeah, too. When y'all first met, what were we fighting about when we first met with each other? That was hilarious. We both put up a funny facial expression. Most of our debacles were about me being too forceful and that pushing him away. Like,
but that didn't come till later. That wasn't like a first thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it was cool in the beginning. We didn't fight, but I'm talking about, I guess, when we did, like when there was issue.
Yeah. When there was,
because this is like meeting somebody and living with them immediately. Like, this was it was a very unique situation.
Yeah,
guys.
We gotta talk about that too in another live because it's like that was something
this was just crazy.
That
all
was
around.
ongoing because we had those fallouts again when we left Mexico and went to Hawaii the first time, and that's where we
then it was like, F the group, this is how you guys are naturally just together.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get to experience the two of us together until
after.
Like
5 months after.
Yeah, half a year into being together.
Yeah.
Wow, it seemed so intense in the beginning, if I remember correctly. Did it seem intense? Our relationship, was it intense for you?
No. That didn't happen till later.
Okay.
Once we got comfortable with each other, that it became intense, and we really didn't fix our relationship and what was going on in our relationship.
Yeah.
Until the first time we got to Hawaii.
Right
before we left and went back to the mainland.
Right.
That's when we really fixed our relationship. Or
we had to see each other for what was really going on, without the crowding of other people.
Yeah, because
and we did the work.
That was
we're doing the work, and the work is never done.
What do they call it? Make or break moment.
Yeah.
First, we're about to leave Hawaii.
And that make or break moment was also equally when we found out we were pregnant. So it was a lot mixed in. I keep hitting you with my bun.
It was.
Excuse. It was a lot all in mixed. But if you have any questions based off of this live or at all when it comes to our relationship, feel free to ask in the question box.
Got bit by a mosquito. Hold on.
Somebody said, I love the questions, but I want to hear the rest of the story. Did we get through the story for you?
So that was the first night, and we had a lot of sex everywhere, on the hammock, on the bed.
We did, and it was almost to the point of like,
in the van.
Stop.
But
we did. Yeah, we were very excited to meet each other. And that little impromptu meeting did not mess us up. Like, it didn't throw us off. I mean, it threw him off because disrespect. Aw, shucks. We were obnoxious.
Yeah, no, look, they was mad because we're in the room. We shared a room with Rambo.
Two other couples.
And we were having sex on the top bunk.
It was quiet. It wasn't even like.
I think it was on the bed. I think we took the bed down and put it beside the bed. I can't remember.
It was on a
we stayed on the. It was on a bunk at that time.
Bunk
the first
bed. So I said, Flo reminiscent. Late night clapping. Well, the show must go on.
Oh my god! But man.
And now we're parents who,
Yeah.
it's leveled out.
We had fun though.
It's leveled out. It was a very enjoyable first just coming together. It was crazy as hell, but
our first sex locations were weird because we live in this big house with 10 other people.
So it was the car.
You gotta find places to have sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why it's so They did it there too. Oh, man.
And that's how Blaze came 3 months later.
Said pool table too.
No, there wasn't a pool table.
I don't remember no pool
Wasn't
table.
it a pool table? Wasn't a pool table?
It was upstairs. The pool table was upstairs. You go upstairs and you take a right, and it was the balcony part. Remember? It was in a room, I think. No. I remember a room being there. I don't remember a pool table now.
That was the other girl.
Next question, man. I ain't playing with you.
Oh, man, you got to keep it spicy.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
what was
the rest of the story? I was trying to think. Look, I mean, this is based on our first impression. So, the rest of the story. The rest of the story is right now. I'll do a quick sum of the story. The rest of the story is time went on. We got sick of each other. We broke up for 2 days. While we were in the group, we broke up for 2-3 days.
We didn't get sick of each other. We got sick of being together in the group.
Probably, and then we broke up for 2-3 days. We got back together after that 2-3 days. And then we eventually left the group. We went to Mexico City. We left with 2 other members of the group.
Our besties.
And we went to Hawaii first.
Almost broke up again.
Realized we were pregnant, and we went back to the States, the mainland. We had our first baby, Blaze. And then we moved back to Mexico for a year. And now we're back here in Hawaii. Rest of the story.
That is.
Ta-da.
Boom. And now we're here years later.
Yeah.
Dip from the group. Double dip. Quadruple dip from the group. Okay. What is the self-work both of you had to do to attract and keep your soulmate and life partner? That's a great question.
It is.
I can go first because this was my time, the first time in my life where I was talking to people, but I was very single. And it was the first time, when you break up with somebody, you have one of those breakups, girls or women, and you start going to the gym and you start looking cute and you start dancing in the mirror, you start twerking in your handstand again, and it's just okay, I'm getting me back. I feel good again. I was in that mode, but it was also a salty combination of looking and feeling good on the outside, but getting back to what I really want and who I want to be on the inside. Because in my relationships, I've had a lot of moments where I was just... Basically, I had to have somebody tell me about myself before all of this happened. Somebody was like, you're not a good friend. I don't think that you're a good person to be with in a relationship. You're very self-centered. And it broke my heart. And I had to sit with that feeling. And I had to assess those parts of myself. He's going to go change Blaze real quick. I had to go... You want to change him on the yoga mat? Or is it still down there?
Right here.
Okay, I had to go assess myself while being single and really be like, well, what kind of friend do you want to be? And then what kind of lover do you want to be? And then what are the parts of you that make you feel like you have to treat people the way that you do? And what makes you feel like you have to just walk all over people and not really care about people and be so self-centered? I had to have that real shadow work, uncomfortable, how I got here and how I can be better. And that's the phase that I went through before I met Flo. also, like I said, paired with physically just wanting to get back to who I was and I did a lot of fasting. I did like a 2-week watermelon fast. Like I was into all of that. So Daddy's almost done, baby. So I felt like I started my intentional, inner work journey. It was very much just like the start of it, not really knowing too much, but recognizing those things about me through certain experiences. And I think because it was also at a time in my life where I knew I just wanted to be sustainable and I wanted to have my mountain man, and we lived in the woods and we was going to build our house together. Like I literally said that on Facebook. And all of that paired together just really brought that whole situation, even being in the group and even just like meeting Flo and that kind of all, I created that. And
basically she was annoying as hell.
I got so far past that little aspect. But yeah, I was. And with fasting and everything like that, I feel like I brought that situation closer faster. And it was really good. So what self-work do you feel like you had to do to attract me?
Shoot. Nothing, girl. I'm perfect.
Nothing, you're perfect.
That's right.
Next question. He's finishing changing blades. Give him a second, y'all.
Okay. All right, all done.
Don't laugh at him. All right. I need a snack.
My biggest thing was like, I can't get an attitude.
What were the things that
That's
you
something I want to talk about in
had to
another
work
live
on?
too, though.
Well, you could just give the little two cent.
That I had to work on.
Like, yeah, like
Being patient. Patience. Oh my gosh.
you're a very
like,
patient person.
no offense to like you, but like women pregnant and their emotions they go through, and like sometimes like just how you gotta be patient.
Yeah, I'm very trying when I'm pregnant. The first time was way more intense than this time, I think.
It was.
Yeah.
This time it was.
I'm annoying as hell.
I felt like when you got pregnant this time, I felt like we were more advanced in our relationship.
But that doesn't answer
were
what
like-
you had to do. Did you work on your patience before we met? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, was so.
This is like before we met to attract and keep your soulmate. That's shadow work. Nobody wants to hear things about themselves that they don't like and other people don't like about them. It's very uncomfortable.
I don't know what I had to do. I feel like it all came after shit we went through.
We did go
Like
through.
that was.
And like social media will lead you to believe that couples don't go through things unless we actually talk about it or you're in the public eye. And we definitely went through our bouts of having to take each other very seriously and take our learning how to communicate with each other very seriously. So a lot of you guys don't see that. You may not have seen that, but it was very much present. That's a good question. All right, next question
All right.
for Flo.
After seeing so many women come and go, did you learn from that what type of woman you wanted? Absolutely. Look.
Thank you, Grace. I love you, Grace.
I dealt with the pretty crazy. I dealt with the pretty and just not willing to necessarily step out to make that commitment to, join even where
group.
I was at.
I want you, but I don't want what you
went
come
through
with.
all kinds.
But you came with some crazy shit. You came with crazy.
So, yes, I definitely, by the time I got to her, I was like, I know exactly what I want, what I don't want. I know what I like, what I don't like. I know what is going to work and what's not going to work.
Because Flo talked to, maybe not in person, but just because the group was on, like, parade, like, it was hot in social media. Like, it was unique. You don't see black people running off to the tropics and living their life. So it was a hot topic, and everybody was like, they wanted to live out that adventurous side of them.
Yeah.
And it attracted a lot of people, whether they came and stayed or whether they were just like wanting to talk to the members of the group at the time. Like, it was just, it looked beautiful, you know? And for some people, or a lot of people, we were just going through this spiritual awakening within ourselves to where people were looking for an outlet to learn and to grow and to achieve whatever we felt like was coming at this time. So that brought a lot of women, to my understanding, tell me if I say it wrong, a lot of women into Flow's inbox. And he had the ability to talk to a lot of women.
I did. And she kind of got the aftermath of that. Like, I felt like at first it was like trying to explain that, like, this was like my past. Because, you know, at first it was like
it was a clown circus. She said, because I said the group was on parade. It was a circus.
Yeah. But, so yeah, it was that. It was talking to just a whole bunch of different women, whether I was reaching out to them or they were reaching out to me, and we were just talking and trying to, because I was really trying to find someone
like
at
you.
that time. Yeah, basically like you.
Like me. Yeah.
It didn't work out, but it's okay, because I got you.
Next question.
Starting a relationship in a cult. Okay, you can read that one.
Was there a lot of trauma that impacted the relationship from the psychological effects of starting a relationship? I'm guessing in the cult.
In a cult. In the
yes.
She put in the cult. In a cult.
In a cult. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Way more for him than me, because I was only there for like 5 months and he was there for 3 years. So the way that women were kind of just moved around, in the way that you could be in a relationship one day and not the next, for a man, has to be very uncomfortable. And you didn't have a lot of relationships in the group. But I get it, because why the fuck would you want? But yeah, did you go through a lot of
everybody kept saying I was picky, and at that time I really was.
You were the mysterious one in the back that never got the relationship but looked like he should have been in one.
I got you.
That's how you looked. Like, that's what I saw.
Right.
I was in another relationship looking at you like.
But so the question that impacted the relationship from the psychological effects, absolutely, because it's like in this group it's like a constant test of, like, there's so many people around you that you don't know what your woman is necessarily thinking or more drawn to or looking at, because it's such close quarters. There's so many men around, there's so many women around, and in this group, it's the psychological effects of, like, you know, your girl could want anybody, or your man could want any girl. You know, it was all a whole bunch of confusing and psychological games that came along with that. So it's like
games for real.
Yeah, so it's like that plays a big effect. Like, I wasn't able to trust her right off jump going into our relationship. I didn't have any trust there. It was just like, again, like, got to see how this goes. Like,
there was at one point where the women were like up in the quarters of said leader, and I was going up there because I'm very social, y'all. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm very social. I love to just commune and be around, and I was up there, and then said leader comes up, and it was just like a thing, like if you're up there, then you might as well be with them. And I came back downstairs and I was like, I got this weird vibe. Like, everybody was like looking at me, like, and asking me crazy questions. And Flo had to say, like, I know you're very social. I see that you're this kind of, you know, you're that kind of woman, and I get it. But here, you have to be very aware of your mannerisms. Y'all, I could not be my happy butterfly. I'm not going to say happy. Well, yeah, the happiness kind of dwindled over time. It was very intense. But I couldn't be my butterfly self from the first day I got there because I had to learn you can't even walk past another man because that's giving that man attention. My whole body language had to change.
And there was a lot of things like that in this said group
Oh,
of when we first met that could play like,
it was like military.
yeah, that could like really throw your relationship off to where, man, psychologically, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to the next question, but but yeah, so that played a big effect on our relationships.
That's a good question too. Oh, you're asking all the good questions, Nima.
You didn't let me read it first, though.
Okay. Do you think your relationship would have lasted if y'all would have stayed?
No. Next question.
No, wait. Elaborate. Elaborate. Why not?
Just because there was so many ups and downs and the psychological effects and what it took to actually stay in that said group, it would have been too much.
What do you think would have happened? I don't even know if we should go that deep, but
I don't think we should. But I just know that we probably wouldn't be together.
I would have left
Long term.
No,
yeah, it's either that.
I would have left because Flo was very much attached to it by way of he supported it financially for so long. His vision before even getting to the group was ingrained in it. He wanted to see it be something magical, even if it became something very uncomfortable. He wanted to. It was like your little baby in your own sense because you were, and I didn't have those attachments. And I remember one time we were at the Chinese food place because we did eat Chinese food. For all of you that wondered. We were at the Chinese food place picking up Chinese food because I was about to get kicked out one day, and I just remember crying. I was crying and bawling my eyes out, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't do this anymore. I give up. And I wanted him to go with me. And he wanted to make sure that the pregnant women there were taken care of. Because your name was basically on everything. Yeah. You know?
The car, everything.
The car, it had been 3 years of his life, almost 3 years at that point. And I understood that, but it was hard because I really liked him. And we really had grown to go through some shit together.
Yeah, but we worked it out.
We worked it out. You said, fuck it, I'm going to. I'm going to go get a snack. I'll be right back.
Okay. You messed up my YouTube.
Sorry.
Come on. Okay, I got it. All right, next question. Let's see how it's another. I'll skip over that question till you get back. Not a question, but I admire your strength as a woman to not. I guess that's for her too. Left me with all the questions for her. Let me keep scrolling. Oh, here we go. I see my name.
Is Blaze good, Grace? Okay, just checking.
Let's see.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Shout out to Grace and Rambo for looking after our little one during the play date.
All right, these
so
next
we
ones
go live.
Are for you. Should we skip these and keep it like with our relationship and related to first impression, or should we like?
How and where did you learn so much about plants? I studied them, but you know your stuff. I'm always learning. I literally feel like I don't know anything. But there's so much to learn, right? Just quick, because this is a relationship live and I want to stay on topic. I read a lot of books. I go on a lot of free PDF things and just I'm the weird one that reads plant journals and stuff like that. And plant apps. Once you figure out what it is, you can dive deeper into what it's useful for and if you can even use it. So yeah. Yeah, skip. Leave her alone. To my plant sister. What was that? Not a question, but I admire your strength as a woman to not be manipulated and passed around, and for you as a man for standing up and knowing that you were going to leave with your woman. We were tried. I'm not going to get super deep into it. Hold on, babe. Give me a second. Let me. Give me
No,
a
you can
second.
still answer, but it's not.
Oh,
You're fine.
we were tried, but it was a lot. Like, it was a lot. I appreciate your appreciation of that. It was very uncomfortable. Like I said, it was like military level uncomfortability. But I feel like that's why we're still together, because we went through so much together, and there was enough interest and commitment in the beginning to actually leave together and continue our life together. And then we had a baby too. So little Blazy was like the little angel baby that kept us together, because here we are now. And possibly, maybe if we didn't have Blazy, I would have just went, or he would have just went. But Blaze kept us together, like, do the work you're meant for each other. So,
Well, us finding out we were pregnant was the turning point in our communication, which I feel like kept us together. So
Flo sat me down and was like, "Bitch, if you don't get it together, I'm leaving."
we'll tell that story another time.
Without saying bitch.
Yes.
He probably should have, the way I was acting.
Somebody said,
Hey, Zan, you want some orange? I mean, some peach? You want to buy the peach?
Hold on, let me get back up there.
Okay.
Somebody said, do you remember your first dance? Do you remember my first dance?
Like us dancing together?
Mm-hmm.
It was probably a grinding.
Okay, I'm not doing this.
Our first grinding? Oh my gosh. Our first dance, I don't know. Elaborate.
I don't remember either.
My ex was a Virgo. Hang in there, guys. We're both Virgos.
There wasn't nothing to elaborate on. It's when I first danced, us first dancing, and it probably was, I think it was upstairs when we got to the house in Cancun. I remember you dancing on me for the first time.
We were dancing.
And
How was that for
trying to
you?
play with my chain or something.
How was that for you?
It was fun. It was sexy. It was
I had a past life. Adult entertainment past life, so I enjoy dancing.
with the pole. Yes.
Shut the hell up.
Anyway, he said, how long
Sorry, oops.
I gotta keep waiting for the baby registry? Look, that's on her. Okay. Let me explain first. We haven't been in a rush to put up the baby registry.
Those of you that don't know, I'm pregnant.
So we haven't been.
That was cute.
We haven't been in a rush to put up the baby registry because, I mean, just online. Last time we put it up, only like 2 people bought things online. So we're like, it's no like.
And Teddy,
no,
thank
like,
you, because
point.
you bought the 2 things.
No, he bought the 10 things. He was just one person.
No, Teddy, we really appreciate you, because you really like looked out in the time where Flo and I didn't have the most money, and we're like, okay, we got this baby coming, and now financially we're in a completely different space. However, Teddy, you looked out. Like, you were there for these 2 escaped cult members when we didn't know what we were gonna do.
Yeah, he
So
really
I appreciate you.
He really did help us out.
But I'm trying to make. I blame her.
This.
Damn, Teddy, I gave you this whole compliment. You just want take back seats.
Yes.
What you got? You want him to sit in your car? We might have to go soon too, because babies.
Yeah, but
we gotta pay attention to.
So that's why we just haven't been in a rush to put up the baby registry on social media. Like, it's kind of for our family, because from our experience, those are the people that really bought stuff, from the baby registry. So it's like we haven't been in a rush. But for you, Teddy, we'll thank you, and we'll put up. I'll get her to get on the baby registry as soon as possible. I'll try to have her have it up tomorrow.
I can do it by tomorrow. So the thing is, I started it. We didn't tell them about the gender of the baby.
Well, I did on my page.
So yeah, we're not doing a gender reveal anymore.
Look, let me say my piece on that. I want to know the gender of the baby, but she doesn't, and she's carrying the baby, so I'm gonna go with it. So we're gonna wait until we have the baby to figure out the gender.
Yeah. I was getting too excited for one sex over the other. And I feel like the baby deserves to just have 2 very loving, exciting parents who, regardless of if you're a boy or a girl, we're happy for you to be here. So I might go live while I'm in labor. We're going to have a home birth. Grace is going to be with me. We're going to figure this thing out. And yeah, we're gonna take it from there because it's okay. But I found a good midwife, and we're really excited. So we have like 3 more months, under 3 months at this point.
Yeah.
So maybe you guys can like tune in and be there. But yeah, I'll finish the registry because I'm trying to do better with accepting gifts.
All right, that's your word. Stick to it. Tomorrow.
I didn't say tomorrow. I have it done tomorrow.
All right. So yeah, I'm probably like we recorded our last birth with Blaze, but I'm like
I was busting it wide open.
I'll go live, but I probably won't show it. I'll probably go live and say we're in labor and we'll do some
probably before because we had Blaze, Jazz, y'all killing me. I want to know so bad. I know I'm terrible, but here maybe we can just have it happen. Maybe I can just go live. It would be better if you're actually there, like while I'm like birthing. I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, that would be super cool. How do you feel about traditional marriage?
You want to answer that? Or you want me to answer that?
I think when it comes to Flo and I, because we've had these talks plenty of times, we've been able to accumulate liquid assets in our relationship to where that would need to be passed down to our children. And sometimes it can get hard doing that and keeping it in the family, without being married. Because marriage is the link between two people legally. However, if I say I'm going to be with Flo for the rest of my life, I don't need some person to stand in front of us that we don't know to tell us that that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're the type to get the paperwork to make sure everything that we have, that we've created for ourselves, stays in our family. And the agreement for us to stay together is our agreement and our commitment. Not one time when you have a wedding, but every single day I have to choose to wake up to say, Flo, I love you, and I'm going to continue to be with you, and I'm going to continue putting my effort in to be with you. And that is daily. I got to marry you every day, if that's the case. Like, that's how I see it. Yeah. So, I want the ceremony though, and all y'all are invited. I'm gonna have a party. I'm gonna have a party. We're gonna give it some time, okay? Let me pop out this baby, breastfeed a little bit, get my body back, get my twerk back.
All right.
And we're gonna have a party, and I don't know how it's gonna happen, but we're gonna celebrate our union because clearly, by the story, it deserves some fun, some celebration. How do you feel about marriage?
I agree with that.
We talked about it, but
yeah, and I agree. Like, if it's easier to pass down the things that we have accumulated or have to our family, to our children, and if it's easier that way, then we'll consider it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's a way that you can go about it without having to necessarily do that type of paperwork or that type of contract. So
if we agree not to be together, I don't want to have to answer to a whole bunch of people that literally don't matter to me.
Yeah, I get a divorce.
And then money's gotta be involved, and then spite comes in. That's none of their business. If we choose to not be together, then it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? And our fluctuations as humans have nothing to do with some random people with licenses. I think us two, I can't speak for the world, but I think we're a little more civilized than that.
Let's be adults and
but
figure
you can still buy me things.
Well, that's an everyday thing.
Food?
Anyway.
It's food. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about the will and things like that. So yeah, thank y'all for those comments as well.
That's a good question.
Damn.
Your storage is full.
Manage.
Okay.
You have a cuss word in it?
It won't let me share this question, but it says, how many children do y'all plan on having? It says, how many children do you guys plan on having, or are you done after this baby? Let's hear from the one that doesn't carry the babies.
Which is I.
It is I.
Right.
I'm gonna throw my seed.
Come on. Alright, I got a little bit more time. I'm gonna have to clip that up for YouTube.
Okay.
Damn, phone ran out of storage.
It's okay. Is that a mosquito bite? It looks itchy.
Yeah, it is. Kids, something with the kids.
Do we plan on having more babies, or are we done after our second?
Like, again, like you said.
Did you see what Teddy said?
Yeah. It stood no chance. Oh my gosh.
I'm so hungry. Yeah. She said whatever happens, happens.
I mean, that's how I feel. But it's like, when we want to have another child, that's just a discussion that we'll have.
We agree. Like, we sit there and it's planned. Like, our babies are planned, y'all. Yeah. Even while it's happening in that moment of getting jiggy, it's not an accident. Flo and I will look at each other and have some serious ass Virgo moment of getting it in, and we're like, are we gonna have another one? Yeah. And it might be like a sexy yeah. But we know. Because we did the shit twice.
We also talked about it before, a while before having sex, and then in sex we make sure.
But I think that we like
that though. Committing to.
I think that we like that. We're like, yeah, babies, yeah.
I think you like that.
I do.
I like it. I can't lie, but I just want to say that.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, there's so many good questions, guys. Thank you guys for still sticking with us.
How did you choose your son's name?
That's good.
Do you remember how we chose it? Well, we picked, you know how like during the 9 months of pregnancy, you basically choose like 5 different names, and then you choose the best one off the list.
But the thing is with that, we had a lot of bonfires together. Flo would light a fire while we were pregnant, and we would sit and talk about what we wanted our life to look like over the fire. And it would be just us two. Just us at his house. And we would write our intentions, and we would throw them into the fire. Or we would just talk, or we would just connect, or, you know, it would just be anything. Sometimes I would cook over the fire, but we did it all the time. And there was just so many fire things that happened when we were pregnant with Blaze. And then he came into the world in 3 hours. Kid you not, from contraction to here, he blazed his way into the world. So we were just like, yeah, Blaze is definitely it. Right. And he's the light of our life. He's our little candlelight baby that's going to guide all of our other babies with love into our little family.
Yeah. So that was the defining moment. Him blazing into this world. It was like, Blaze it is. Blaze sounds good. You like it? I like it. All right, cool. Let's go with it.
Hey, boo. I just wanted to... Just here because Miss Betty wanted to say hi and she loves you. Hi, Mama Betty. I love both of you guys. Thank you for being here. We cheerleaded together in school, and she was the one on the sidelines with me who was kind of like listening, but also equally kind of ratchet, like, because you couldn't be too serious as a black cheerleader. But she was really good though. Like she could she was tumble and everything. I remember one time she was trying to teach me how to flip, and it wasn't happening. What's something? That's a good one.
Hold on, I wanted to read it first before you read it out loud.
Oh, okay.
To make sure it was a good one.
Yeah, sometimes there'd be crazy questions. And we're going to wrap this up because this has been kind of a long live at this point.
Yeah, we've been on forever.
What's something positive, if any, that you learned as a couple at Carbonation? Said group. Something nation. Positive. I learned a lot of positive things. Two lizards playing with each other. They look like they're fighting. I learned a lot of personal things. But as a group, something positive. I learned how to conduct myself. As a couple. I learned how to conduct myself in this relationship. I learned what is respectful as a woman amongst a lot of men around a lot of time, how do I maintain a respect or an air of respect to my husband while being in a communal setting? Because that's not always easy, you know? Like, you don't really, sometimes subconsciously, or, you know, you just don't really think about how you move as a woman. And we're just very flirtatious. And I think I kind of naturally have this, like, I can talk to everybody, flirtatious vibe, even when I'm not flirting. But I became very self-aware to be able to respect him and make him comfortable, but also still be me, because it took leaving to feel like me again. Yeah, I learned boundaries.
Yeah, so I think that's a good question, because it wasn't like the said group we were in, it wasn't all bad. Like, psychologically, it did have those big moments where, like, yeah, it does play a psychological effect on you. But as in any situation that you go into, there's good and bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's always going to be good and bad. So there were good things that we also took from it and learned from it.
And it was fun times. Like, we talk about that all the time. Like, it was fun, even though it was crazy sometimes. What positive thing did you learn as a relationship, or for our relationship while we were there?
Oh my gosh. My immediate response is like so many things. When I go to think about one thing, I'm trying to
pick one.
Yeah, find one.
Grab one.
Grab one.
Hold it. Say it. Let it go. We're gonna be here all day.
Communication in the form of not holding on to anger for such a long period of time, and that's something that it's a long process that I had to work through in our relationship, of like you doing something I don't like, and just me like kind of holding that feeling going forward versus like letting it go. So now I feel like I'm still working on it to this day. I feel like I got a lot better at it, to where, like, say if we got in an argument or something.
It's okay, babe. It's okay. Let it go. You're talking about letting go. YouTube, his storage is full on his phone, so he has to let that go.
I'm not letting it go. I just got to delete something else.
So anyways, I'm going to go to the next question.
So, like, basically, instead of letting something go on for a whole day, like, of holding that anger.
It's a half a day.
Yeah. You know, it's a half a day. Sometimes it's an hour. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's 2 minutes. Sometimes it's immediately. You know, I didn't mean it. You know, it's just, you know, but yeah, letting go of anger.
Yeah. Let it go.
Read the question
what?
Not loud.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. What is your opinion on community living now? In a healthy way, where all members of the group are on one accord and we are able to harmoniously live and say what we need to say and come to understandings amongst ourselves in a mature way. Even if we have to process our feelings, right? It's fantastic. It's fantastic. We do so much together, and it's so fulfilling having your friends around all the time, and your kid has friends all the time, and it's just great. It's very fulfilling as a lifestyle, in my opinion. I think we're getting to the end of these questions. Okay. How many children do you guys want?
No, you gotta answer that first. Don't look at me. I go second on this question.
5 sounds good. 2 feels good right now. These pregnancy pains is no joke. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely open. But right now my mindset is popping this one out while continuing to love, nurture, and guide the one that is now almost 2. So that's where I'm at with it.
There we go. All right.
Oh, there's so many questions. Okay. Will y'all be making Hawaii your final destination?
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Yes.
Well, let me elaborate on that real fast.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically we were trying to make Mexico our final destination, but it didn't work out. Like, nothing was working out in our favor. Yes, we bought land and everything, and, you know, but even that didn't go through until a year later because COVID shut down. As soon as we bought the land, like, everything shut down, so we couldn't get on the land. We couldn't put no house up, structure up, no water, no nothing.
Mexico wasn't for us, and I feel like it's just because we were all supposed to be back together. Right. And Hawaii was initially for us because we were here 2 years ago when we all came together, but we had to go off and separate as couples and grow as humans in our separate union, and now we come together and it's like great. So, this is a really good question. Oh, somebody said, hold on. I'm going to click it, and somebody said, y'all got to do a live and tell us what Serenity and Rambo thought, too. Lord. I'm sure there was a lot of thoughts amongst all of us.
Oh.
It'll go.
Oh, okay. It goes up to the top.
Once you click it. Somebody said, look, that's a good one.
Hold on. Well, let's answer the short one first.
Okay.
What's the name of your YouTube channel? It is FlowingVybz.
FlowingVybz.
VYBZ. I just
Flo gave me my name, by the way. This was Vybz was my name in the group, and I kept it. He gave me my name. I think I'm a vibe.
Yeah. So I put our, what do you call that? Our YouTube name in the comments. Okay. Here we go.
More questions.
I got it. All right.
That's a good one. Dang it. I'm going to just ask it. They said, Flo, at any time while in said group, did you fear of losing Jazz?
Yes and no. It was more so, it was a automatic detachment based on what I've seen in the past of the group. So being in this group for so long, you know, being there for 3 years, like everything that I've seen, I've learned how to not necessarily have an attachment to, you know, if a woman comes in for you, because I know it's a lot of tests and things that are going to come that are going to prove if it's a yes or a no. So it's not like I was necessarily scared of it because I was kind of detached already with her coming in.
And I felt that. I felt it. I could tell.
So that's why I was saying in the beginning I didn't trust her. We actually didn't build trust until we left and then got to Hawaii. So there was no trust. We basically didn't start our relationship until we left that group.
We just really liked each other.
Yeah.
And we were also around each other and sleeping together.
Exactly. But everything was going on, but we weren't truly in a relationship until we left the group.
Yeah.
Basically. Based on like trust and communication, shit, you know, all of those important things in a relationship.
Somebody said, so would you guys join your families in relationship with Grace and Rambo?
Boy.
Grace, do you think I'm sexy?
Oh my freaking.
I don't think she can hear me. Grace, comment if you think I'm sexy.
I don't think she's watching no more.
No.
Hold on. Give it a minute. Here we go.
Do you think I'm sexy?
Yeah, you have a great personality, but at the same time, it's a personality that I don't like.
She said, I said, do you think I'm sexy? She completely disregarded my physical attractiveness and said, you have a great personality, but it's also equally your personality that I don't like. We're like sisters. People ask us everywhere we go, are you guys sisters? And we're like, yeah. Because we very much have a sister relationship. She's very guiding, and we just get along, and we laugh at all the same things, like we grew up together. But we're not, like, our two relationships aren't attracted to each other that way. Like, I feel like Rambo is somebody that I'd be cool with in, like, college, and we, like, talked about plant shit together. Or, like, we have the same dry-ass humor. We're just the two groups aren't attracted in that way, so it's just we could be like.
They mean like if we were turning into swingers?
Not swingers. It wouldn't be swinging. It would be we would join our relationships and have like two.
Isn't that
like we'd all be together? No. No. Okay, we gotta hurry up too. Because...
All right. Let me apologize to YouTube real quick because I keep running out of storage.
Somebody said, when are you due? I'm due the first week in December.
Sorry.
First week in December. Sorry, YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
These are the last few. We did that one.
Okay.
Oh, no, I want to do that one.
Wait.
We did all of these. These are answered questions. These are our last two.
Okay.
And then we can go feed our child.
I don't think that's relevant.
I want to do it.
Okay.
Because this is a thing. Like, I want people to know. It's not letting me post it, but it says...
What did post?
I already answered when I'm due. It won't let me post this question, but Linda asked, how did you talk him into leaving the group? Because he seemed so invested. I didn't talk him into leaving. We all, mostly me, Flo, and then Rambo. Sorry, Rambo. You're in this now. Would all have conversations about a life outside of the group because we're like, we could do this shit without all of the uncomfortable emotional stuff. And we would just talk about, we would leave and go grocery shopping because Faith had the baby at that point. So she stayed with little one. And we would go talk about a better life. Or we would just go talk about how we're just over it. And we really got, once we left the community area to shop, we would really learn about each other and who we were. We got to private time to get to know each other, who we were, what we wanted. And a lot of you guys don't know, but I got kicked out. I was getting kicked out with Juice. Her and I were getting kicked out. He said that I wasn't black enough to be in the group. I got good grammar. That's okay. And I guess not. If you feel like I'm not, I don't know, black enough, then sure, whatever. So I was getting kicked out that day. It was very random. Very random. And he was like, you gotta go. You gotta go. You can't uphold. Da, da, da. And I was like, okay. All right. That's fine. And he was like, so you gonna go with her? Talking to Flo. Flo was like, yeah. He made his own decision. I didn't have anything to do with it. We just built up so much co-creation outside of the group and talking about leaving that what we all kind of wanted, the three of us, it happened like that. And then of course, Faith got dragged into it, but look at their beautiful relationship now because it worked out for everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Basically, that's how it went.
Yeah. I think that was the last question too, guys.
No, I thought it was one more. Oh, hold on. How did Flo define or describe the group that you were joining?
Oh, how did he say it to me before we were in the relationship?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me shit. I mean, you told me a lot. You crash coursed me in the last week.
Yeah, it was basically a crash course. So it's because joining this group specifically, it's a lot to like you can't necessarily say everything. Would you ever go back? What kind of what?
There's nothing to go back to. No. We, the four of us linking up together has been so, fulfilling in our life that it's we're over here.
We just talked about all this trauma.
All this bad shit.
Talking about would you ever go back? What?
Maybe on the 5th Sunday. Like, absolutely not. I mean, like, we sit here and we're honest, like, would it be cool if, like, that wasn't going on and maybe we could meet each other authentically in being who we really were? Like, that'd be kind of cool. You know? But, no. Like, I don't think anybody has, like, no... Well, I know none of us have any interest on that, but...
Yeah.
Will you allow others to join you in Hawaii? No, we're not really open to...
Yeah, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I mean...
There's something you want to tell me?
No.
Oh.
Not right now.
All right. Well, we got to go feed our baby.
All right. So our next live, we'll be going live on Instagram again, doing this again.
Next Monday.
We'll do
We'll make it a Monday thing. Start the week off with a bunch of antics.
All right. Same time. We'll go live again at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. I'll think of some. Maybe I'll put up a poll this week of some topics that would be good. So you guys let us know. That's our cue.
We're already doing our next topic.
Going. This is our.
It's the 4 months pregnant thing, and basically we'll tell the story of when we left, basically in Hawaii.
Gotta go get my child.
That's
Bye, guys. You can close it out.
All right. So, thank you all for being here and listening to us talk about our relationship. Hope you found something that helps you in your relationship or potential future relationships or healing from potential past relationships. I don't know what you can take, what you can. Everybody's different. But thank you for coming and joining us on this Monday. It's probably, is it late? We started, it's probably like 8 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so that's it. Teddy, she's going to get that baby registry up for you tomorrow. And we'll just leave it open if anybody else wants to give and help on the registry. That'd be great. So I'm going to try to get her to get it up tomorrow. I'm gonna really try to hold her to it, even if I gotta help her do it. I'm most likely have to help her do it. That's why I'm saying that. But I'm definitely gonna save this if it lets me. Sometimes be acting crazy with Instagram. I can't make no promises, but just know I'm gonna try to save it. So see y'all next week. Absolutely. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. And now.